Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, I have a fascinating story for you about a boy who was known for being lazy, but was actually quite smart. By the end of this story, we'll discover how even the laziest person can find the motivation to work hard and overcome their habits. But that's not all. As we go through the story, we'll also pick up some new English words and see how to use them in sentences. It's a fun and easy way to practice. So, make sure you stay with us until the very end. Once upon a time, in a small, quiet village, there lived a young boy named Ryan. He lived with his parents in a cozy little house on the edge of town. Now, Ryan was very lazy. His daily job was to help his father in their rice fields, but his only task was to chase away the birds that came to eat the crops. While most people would use sticks or slingshots to scare the birds away, Ryan didn't want to move that much. Being clever, he came up with a system. He built wooden poles in different parts of the field and connected them all with ropes. This way he could just pull a rope from where he was lying down, jiggle the poles, and scare the birds without ever having to stand up. He could just lie there and relax. His father was often worried about his laziness. He would think to himself, if I ever get sick, how will Ryan manage to take care of everything? But since Ryan always got his one job done, his father never got angry with him. One summer, a dry season hit the village, and just as his father had feared, he fell very sick. Suddenly, Ryan had to take care of the entire field all by himself. He tried his best, but he just wasn't used to hard work. After a few weeks of struggling, the crops began to wither and die. Because they weren't getting enough water, Ryan couldn't save them alone, and he felt helpless. That night, Ryan sat outside under a blanket of stars, feeling completely useless and disappointed in himself. He thought, why didn't I ever try harder? Now, my family's hope is gone. He felt a heavy weight on his shoulders. The next morning, as the sun rose, he heard a commotion in the village square. Curious, Ryan went to see what was happening. A royal soldier was making a grand announcement about a big competition at the king's palace. The prize for the winner was a chest full of gold. In that instant, a spark of hope ignited in Ryan's mind. This could save my family, he thought. Without a second thought, he impulsively declared that he would join the competition. The villagers around him started to laugh. They whispered and pointed. How can someone as lazy as Ryan possibly win against the strongest people from all over the kingdom? But for the first time, Ryan didn't care what they thought. He had 3 days to reach the palace, so he packed a small bag and left right away. His parents didn't really believe he could win, but they were hopeful that this journey would finally teach him the value of hard work and change his lazy ways. After 3 long days of travel, the competition began. All the participants gathered by the shore of a massive lake. Many of them were strong, muscular, and looked incredibly fit, which made Ryan feel quite nervous. How can I possibly beat these people? He wondered, his confidence wavering. Then, the rules were announced. The first challenge was to cross the lake. Only the first 3 people to reach the other side would move on to the final round. The countdown began. 3, 2, 1, go. Instantly, everyone else jumped into the cold water and started swimming with all their might. But Ryan stayed behind, standing on the shore, thinking, there's no way I can win if I just swim like them. He thought, I'm not the strongest. Suddenly, an idea struck him. He dashed into the nearby forest, quickly gathering fallen branches and sturdy vines. With nimble fingers, he fashioned a small, makeshift raft. He found another long piece of wood to use as a paddle. This is a race to cross the lake, not a swimming race, Ryan told himself. I may not be the strongest, but I can be the smartest. As the other contestants began to tire from the strenuous swim, Ryan calmly paddled his raft across the lake. Slowly but surely, he started passing them, one by one. To everyone's astonishment, Ryan finished in 3rd place, qualifying for the final round. The crowd buzzed with surprise. The next day, the final competition began. Each of the 3 finalists was given a huge, heavy wooden block. The task was simple. Push the block 1 kilometer to the finish line. Behind them was an assortment of tools, but each contestant could only choose one. The first contestant, a brawny man, quickly grabbed a thick rope and started pulling the block with all his muscle. The second contestant chose a long piece of wood to use as a lever. Ryan, however, didn't rush. He stood back and thought carefully about the tools and the task ahead. I can't win by using my muscles alone. I need to think smarter, he reminded himself. After a few moments of deep thought, Ryan walked over and picked up a small, sharp carving knife. The crowd was utterly confused. How could a tiny knife possibly help him move such a massive block of wood? But instead of trying to push the block, Ryan began to carve it. He meticulously chipped away at the corners, slowly transforming the heavy, square block into a round shape, like a giant ball. It took him nearly an hour, but when he was done, he no longer had a cumbersome block. He had a wooden ball, while the other two contestants were still struggling. Sweating and groaning as they dragged their heavy blocks, Ryan gave his wooden ball a push. It rolled easily. He jogged alongside it, guiding it down the road and quickly catching up to the others. With a final burst of strength and determination, Ryan was the first to roll his ball across the finish line. The crowd erupted in loud cheers. No one had ever expected the lazy boy from the small village to win. This story shows us something powerful. Lazy people can often be very smart, but to achieve something truly great, they need a strong reason to push themselves, a powerful motivation. For Ryan, it was the love for his family and the desire to save them. So, if you ever feel lazy or unmotivated, try to find a strong reason to work hard, whether it's for your family, for your dreams, or even just to prove someone wrong. Having a big goal can unlock the motivation you need to give your absolute best. And today, we not only enjoyed a great story, but also learned some new words and sentences along the way. Remember, learning English can be a lot of fun when you practice it regularly in ways you enjoy. So keep listening, keep learning, and keep growing. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more stories like this. I'll see you in the next video.